Hey guys, it's Alex and Patrick with another TFB TV video. Today we've got some special guests on the program. That's going to be Ian McCollum on my right from Forgotten Weapons and InRange TV, and Nathaniel F. on my far left from the firearmblog.com, one of our great writers that produces some really good content for the website. Anyways, since we have these guys here, we thought we might do a video that kind of might rub some people the wrong way, but we thought might be an interesting topic of discussion.
Yeah, something a little bit different.
Something a little bit different. And that's going to be, we all picked a gun that is generally regarded as a well-made, good gun that we don't particularly like for one reason or another. We all picked one, and we're going to go down the list and explain why we don't really care for that particular firearm. And if it's okay with you, Ian, I'd like to start with you.
Sure, you bet. I'll piss off lots of people to start off. The one gun that really jumps out at me is something that most people like that I just don't, is the HK91. I think to me, I don't like the length of pull. I don't like the handling. It feels really long, bulky, heavy to me. I think the triggers pretty much always suck. I don't really like the safety. I can't operate it very well. Of course, I'm left-handed, and HK put the charging handle on the 91, and many of their guns, way out here up on the front, and it's awkward to get to, and I don't like it. And for some reason, you know, I'm not, you know, I don't dislike 308 self-loading rifles. I have a little tanker M1 that's just fantastic to shoot. But I tell you what, that HK, just the recoil feels really harsh. It's not pleasant to shoot. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I've shot enough of them now that if someone, you know, comes up with one, they're like, hey, you want to shoot this HK91? I just go, no, I really don't. And you know, it's funny because I can totally appreciate the history of the gun. I love the mechanics of the gun. The roller lock mechanism is brilliant and really interesting and cool. And MP5s are fine guns to shoot. You know, HK33s are not that bad. Just that 91, man, it seems to me that every single bit of it is just kind of
So yeah, that's an interesting choice, and I can understand for a left-handed person that being a very fair assessment, especially.
I can almost feel the anger being directed at you, Alex.
Alex, and I'm sure everyone out there who loves HK, there's lots of you. And
well, you don't got to like everything they make. Lord knows I don't. They make some good products.
Yeah,
some products, you know.
Well, that's the other thing. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing bad about the build of the HK91. It's a very well-made rifle. Just don't like it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Nathaniel, since you're also our guest, why don't you explain your choice?
The firearm that immediately jumped out to me was the kel-tec KSG. There's sort of kel-tec's reputation for having kind of shoddy quality control aside, but the KSG, while kind of an innovative idea, I feel like its purpose is it's sort of schizophrenic in its purpose, like you're trying to take a shotgun and turn it into something that shotguns aren't necessarily as good at, but that carbines might be better at. And then I just don't think it's safe. I've shot a lot of pump action shotguns. I've shot KSG about twice, and the back forward pump action combined with the lack of any sort of hand stop that's integral to the handguard or anything like that, I just don't think that's a good idea.
You know, safety is a very valid reason to not like a firearm. If you don't feel safe shooting that firearm, then don't take a chance. I mean, that's always the safe bet, no pun intended.
And I mean, I can see what kel-tec was going for, but it had been executed a little bit more safety-minded, maybe. Yeah. You know, a couple of changes. It could have been a pretty darn good gun, I think. Well, it is.
Yeah, I think if they had molded in some kind of hand stop.
It's not hard to put a hand stop on.
Yeah.
It's
or if it had been like semi-auto or something.
That's another thing. Maybe some KSG owners can tell us what you've done to hopefully avoid that. Maybe put your mind at ease. I'd like to know that. Having very limited amount of experience on it behind us.
Right. I mean, something even as simple.
Pro tip: shooting your fingers off ruins your day.
I would imagine.
So I've heard that too.
Yeah. But Patrick, how about yourself?
Oh, I'm going to have to go with the HS2000 or the Springfield XD, the classic XDs. Every time I shoot one, I am a handgun guy. I like them a lot. May not be a very good shot with one, but I do enjoy them. Every time I shoot one, I never come away from the range with a smile on my face. There's just kind of blah. There's some really funky characteristics about it. Like the slide's very chunky. It's very large. And I think it contributes to the perceived recoil of the firearm. And it's just kind of Like, I understand what they were going for. I like Glocks. I like MMPs. I even like the Ruger SR series. And
there's a certain something you
XD,
can't quite put your finger on that you can't assimilate to the XD too.
There's definitely something about just that kind of X factor of a gun that sometimes they're just a lot of fun. Even if they're crappy low end guns, there's some that are just a lot of fun to shoot, and there's some guns that just utterly fail to have that.
Right. And another factor that's kind of funny is as an FFL I do a lot of transfers, and a lot of people say, well, I bought the Springfield over the Glock because I like my handguns made in America. And you have to kindly point out, oh, sir, did you know that it's got made in Croatia on the top?
Yeah.
No, this is Springfield. Springfield's a good old American brand.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're
all right. Well, I mean, and for those of you that don't know, it's actually a Croatian pistol. It was branded as the HS2000 originally. Springfield found it, made a few changes to it, and then sold it in America.
Yep. Yeah. And we've tested them. You don't hate them. You're just kind of like...
No, I don't. I don't hate them. I just don't like them.
Right. But Springfield...
If I were to hand you one and go, hey, you want to shoot my new XD?
I would probably do it because I don't turn down shooting things generally.
Right.
But
can I take the ammo out and shoot it in something else?
Probably. No, I mean, I would shoot it, and I'd probably not really enjoy it that much. It's just something about how it was designed, how it was built, and how it was marketed. It was marketed as a direct competitor to the Glock and the M&P style of pistol, and I don't think it was executed. I don't think it really was the pistol to go ahead and compete directly with them.
Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Who do you want to piss off?
Golly.
Bated breath here.
Okay.
Prepare yourself, Internet.
Yeah, well, this isn't going to be that controversial. I don't think so. But so anyways, I bought into the hype train when all the Tavor stuff was coming in because I heard the guys in Canada singing the praises of the rifle, and I could not wait to get my hands on one. They look awesome. Nathaniel, you have an interesting bit of trivia on this gun, actually, that I found pretty interesting.
Yeah, actually, one of the little facts about it is that the aesthetics of it were designed before the internals. They sort of put internals into this outline that they had drawn up.
From a design perspective, it seems kind of
backwards.
Yeah,
yeah.
To design a gun's aesthetics before you design anything else.
Yeah,
it
doesn't look good.
It's not a cosmetic, but
no, it is a very sexy rifle.
Yeah, well, it's a cool looking gun, and that's part of the reason I was like, wow, that's something else. It's very space age looking, and
hey, it's Israeli.
It's Israeli.
Pretty much everything the Israelis make is really pretty impressive.
Absolutely.
I'll agree with that.
I've got a Galil ARM. It's a fantastic rifle. I've got some of the pistols, the Jericho and stuff like that. Love them. And the Uzi's probably one of my all-time favorite submachine guns. So I was like, how could they go wrong? The Tavor, that's going to be a home run. And I saw all the YouTube guys saying like, oh, I really like it. And for those guys, maybe it really works well. But for me, I found it rear heavy and awkward. I don't like how the safety selector doesn't really have a positive click whenever you go from safe to fire. And things like you can't change the barrel like you can on an AUG, and the AUG is actually priced at the same price point. Really irked me. If you want a left-handed bolt installed, you have to ship the rifle off to get it installed, which, Ian, you're left-handed. If I handed my right-handed Tavor to you, you'd have trouble without getting misted
just
by...
give me the HK91.
Well, yeah.
I don't want to eat the brass.
Yeah, the brass would get you pretty good, but that's the reason I have buyer's remorse on that gun.
Let's not forget, if you put an optic on it, your optic's about a foot above your bore.
That's right. It doesn't co-witness right with the AR-15
No, it doesn't.
iron sights as well, from what I understand.
Let's also remember that mag release is so big and easy to operate that sometimes you do it unintentionally.
That's right. You said
we've
you've seen a lot of guys.
Not a lot, but we've seen that happen a couple times at the two-gun match.
Mm.
You get up from a position and bump that mag release and don't realize it, and by the time you get to your new position, fire one shot, and discover you've got no magazine left because it's back over there.
That's unfortunate.
Whoops.
Like kind of ruin a run.
If anybody has experience with the Tavor while serving in the military, we'd love to hear if that's actually a serious problem, or if that's just something that us civilians experience while we're kind of doing civilian guns and type stuff.
That's an issue that's really surprising to see come out of an Israeli military firearm.
It is. They generally think everything that they put into the field through a pretty good bureaucracy that makes sure it works right, and the Galil is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, I mean, usually their stuff is, like Ian said, very good.
Mm-hmm.
But you made a statement earlier that you said that if given the choice between a AUG and a Tavor, that you take the AUG.
I would take the AUG every time, 10 times out of 10. And we might do a video on that. It's been done and kind of beaten to death,
right.
But another perspective can't hurt. So
no, and I don't have a lot of experience with the Tavor, but I do have a fair bit of experience with the AUG, and I really do like that rifle a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm really intrigued to see how the Tavor shapes up if your grievances are as apparent to me as they are to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that would be a good assessment. In a perfect world, we'd have all 4 of our guns together, and we could see get everyone's reaction on Ian's slow motion camera while we're shooting them. Probably
I
twisted up face. But
well, I mean, I don't think anybody has a KSG. Nobody has an XD, and the other 2 we got covered.
Yeah, the other 2 we've got covered.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But anyways, guys, so that's our 4 guns we're not really fond of, but aren't necessarily bad video. I don't know how to title this video, otherwise I'm sure there's a title above my head right now that makes more sense than what I just said. But anyways, thanks for watching TFB TV. We'd also like to thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Also, check out Ian's channel. He's got ForgottenWeapons.com as well as a fantastic YouTube channel, and he's featured on Full 30.
Right, we're going to go ahead and throw a link right up here.
Mm-hmm. Check that out. I know I will. And thanks to our sponsors, Ventura Munitions and Grizzly Target. Anyways, this is Alex and Patrick and Ian and Nathaniel with TFB TV. Thank you for watching.